moving on to another of our fantastic Pechacha story. Here comes Siley. So let me tell you about Siley. Siley started a journey as an IT professional. She was in UK. She worked in UK for almost 10 years. And she's now a published author, a yoga teacher, and a life coach. She now claims to be finding the true meaning of life. That is her profession. So let's hear it from her. Over to you, Siley.
Thank you so much, Saurabh. Let me just share my screen. One second. Can you all see my screen?
It's loading, Siley. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I'll start right away with this. Is it started? Right, so I'll get into it. It was one of those days when I used to put extra coconut oil on my head so that I could wear two tight plaits on the sides of my head in the morning, and never parted with my red ribbons and green bangles and a nose ring. I was just 8 years old back then. And walking every day to school with my heavy loaded school bag and broken sandals, I never cared how I looked. I never cared how I spoke or even how I fared in this world. I was just happy in my own world, with my friends, with my studies. But as I started growing up, I realized that I was feeling a big void inside me, like there is some kind of a lack inside me. And that was something I felt I was something wrong with me. I started hating my school. And no, there was nothing wrong with my school, and absolutely nothing wrong with my teachers, too. But I don't know how I felt that. I was beginning to see myself as a less important child. And the sole reason I believe for that was that my elder brother, he went to an English medium school, whereas I was going to a Marathi medium school. And I just felt it was not fair. Why did I not go to English medium school? Every time my brother spoke in English with his friends, I felt a deep cut in my heart. I couldn't understand what they were saying. There was a whole world of English language in front of me. There were English movies, English music, and I couldn't enter their world just because I didn't know the language. As I became older, I realized that English is not just a language. It was basically a status symbol in a country like India. So when my brother's friends used to laugh at me for not knowing simple slangs like OMG or what's up, I felt like a part of me was cut and thrown away. Like just because I didn't know the slangs, I didn't exist or I had no value. And despite being an intelligent student at school, I started devaluing myself. I started thinking that I do not have value. So I started being shy. I started sitting at the corner, avoiding people. And I thought all the people who spoke in English, they were much more polished and elite than me. And I was just this girl who used to sit by the corner. Then I met a friend at school who used to feel exactly like me. We used to walk every day to school together. And we decided that we would talk in English with each other every single day, no matter how silly it sounded. If we didn't know how to speak, well, I guess we would just stay quiet. And so we started this journey together. It was a liberating experience to talk in English in whichever way you can. Nobody to judge you, nobody to criticize you, nobody to laugh at you. It was just simply amazing to speak the English words out loud. And we didn't care how we sounded, so it was just us and our stupid English talks. Some of the best sentences that we came up with at that point of time was something like, I not know what to tell today. Or something like, today's teaching me not knowing. It was hilarious the way we were talking to each other. We used to laugh at each other to our heart's content, knowing perfectly well that that was not the way to talk in English. But who cared, right? So then when I went to engineering college, everything suddenly became English. Now there was no way to hide. I had to face English. There were assignments, there were exams, the oral exams, interviews. I couldn't keep up with all of that. And forget that, I couldn't even keep up with the conversations with my friends. So at that time, one of my friends in the college, he suggested that I should read novels. He introduced me to the world of novels. He encouraged me that you should read it even though you don't understand many words inside it. And it was true. I kept at it because the stories used to be very gripping. And before you know it, I had finished reading Sidney Sheldon, Dan Brown, and even J.K. Rowling. At that point of time, I started developing my love for writing. I used to write everything in Marathi because that was my mother tongue. But now I had friends who were Hindi, Gujarati, Bengali, Tamil. So, how was I to write something that everybody understood? After college, in my first job in L&T Infotech, I was sent to client site in America to deliver trainings to our client. And boy, was I scared. I still remember my heart was banging inside my ears when I entered a meeting room full of English polished people. And I was thinking, I was just this little girl from a Marathi medium from India, and I had to train them for 2 whole days. You asked me how that training went. I actually don't remember. I was kind of in a trance. But I guess it must have gone well because the client was happy and he took us out for dinner that night, and we had an amazing time. So after my marriage, I moved to London, United Kingdom. Now, London was the mother tongue of English language, is the motherland, sorry, of English language. So by now, I could get by talking in English at my workplace. But I was not happy with it. I wanted to write in English. Writing was my love. So I decided that I would start writing little blogs in English. And I started sharing them with my friends and colleagues. The blogs, they weren't that great, I would say. They were readable, maybe a little enjoyable too. So when I shared them with people around me, nobody came back saying that it was horrible. And believe me, people were capable of saying that to my face at that time. So after about of 8 years of living in UK, sleeping in English, talking in English, even getting bored in English, finally in 2016 I published my first ever science fiction novel in English. And I couldn't believe my eyes that it was right there in front of me. I had never imagined this for myself, not even in my dreams. Yet it is right in front of me. So now, when I look back at that little girl in the school who used to feel disempowered or who used to feel that she has low self esteem, I want to tell her something. It is not about English language. In fact, it's not about the language at all. And definitely, it is not about your brother or your family. It was always you, my darling. You just had to believe in your capacity to create whatever you wanted to create. Language is definitely a medium of your inner thoughts, your inner feelings. But the most important medium there ever is you. You allow the flow of this universe to go through you as writing, as science, as art, as whatever else that your heart desires. Thank you very much.
Go, Sally.
Yay! Well done, Sally.
Super awesome.
Sally, congrats.
Thank you, Vipul.
Fantastic.
Awesome, beautiful, lovely.
Awesome, Pechacha. It's
Yeah.
really one hell of a journey you had there. I mean, you've come a long way from Marathi medium to an author. Amazing. I
Thank
told you it was more like that English movie.
Yeah, it is kind of like that. I'm sure